In looking at the water lilies, I see them as in a formal, classical way. There are only two lines in the world. There's a straight line and there's a curved line, that's all. So you have to make up your mind, do I want this line to be straight or this line to be curved? Because those are the only two choices one has. So it's curious that the formats for these paintings are horizontal, and it's a horizontal frame. It's not a round frame. They're parallel lines that frame the painting. For me, time is space, and the basic architecture of everything is simply that, is time and space. So time for me is a vertical line. It goes to the center of the earth and goes to the heavens. And space is a horizontal line. And it's this cross of time and space is how we construct art. If we look at a Vermeer painting, it's a drip of milk in the Vermeer. If we look at Barney Newman, it's that stripe down the middle. If you want to play Mozart on a piano, your finger goes down on a key and up and out on a string. And I can touch the key like this. I can touch it like that. It's the tension between this vertical and this horizontal that make the difference. So we see the water lilies are framed with straight lines. And inside of that, we have circular lines. It's also interesting to me that the masses are interrupted by the verticality. So one could imagine water which is moving horizontally parallel to the frames. But within that, we also have the vertical. And without the vertical, the works would fall apart, become too romantic. So the other thing that comes to mind is color. Light is the most essential element. And whether you're performing Shakespeare's King Lear, and you have to die as the king, one needs to laugh a little bit, or it'll never be a great tragedy. I have a black suit, and if I take my sleeve here and I put it against this sleeve, that's one thing. But as soon as I see the white of my shirt, this black is blacker. So the light is what makes the dark darker. In looking at the water lilies, it makes the light lighter. These are paintings of light, but it's the darkness in them that helps us to appreciate the light. To me, they're like music. They sing. All works, in a sense, are like music. Music is something that we hear externally with our eardrum, but we also hear inside. My first work here in Paris in 1971 was 7 hours long and silent, and it was written with a deaf boy. As far as we could measure his hearing in decibels, he heard nothing. Up to 110 decibels, he heard nothing. But I discovered when he came to live with me that his body was feeling vibrations of sound. So in a sense, he was hearing interiorly, the way animals do. And these paintings, to me, invite that interior way of listening. Some works scream at us, and that's a kind of music too. But these works are quiet for me, and they give us time for reflection and thought. In our society today, especially in a city like Paris or New York, where I live, where our lives are very busy and very active, it's very rare that we have a chance to take time to contemplate and to think. So these paintings and this painting give me a chance to think and to listen inside. And they're not screaming at me. They invite me to listen. They're full of ideas. They don't have an interpretation, but they invite us to say, what is it? And if we know what it is we're doing, there's no reason to do it. The reason to say, to work as an artist is to say, what is it? A couple of weeks ago, I was here in Paris, and I went to the Louvre Museum and saw some of the paintings that we all know very well. And I think the ones that disturbed me most were those that were trying to deliver a message. And I felt like I was in high school or something. I think that to look at these works, this painting, I don't have to have an education. I can walk in off the street and appreciate it for the color and for the composition, for the music. It's like a sunset or something. We don't have to have a meaning to it. We appreciate it for the change of color and the time it takes for the sun to set. So these paintings give me time for reflection. They're based on strong architectural concepts. That's not important. Important is what I experience and what I see and what I feel. And the paintings give me a kind of freedom. They can open myself to all kinds of thoughts.
La nature est un temple où de vivants piliers laissent parfois sortir de confuses paroles. L'homme y passe à travers des forêts de symboles qui l'observent avec des regards familiers, comme de longs échos qui de loin se confondent dans une ténébreuse et profonde unité, vaste comme la nuit et comme la clarté. Les parfums, les couleurs et les sons se répondent. Il est des parfums frais comme des chairs d'enfants, doux comme les hautbois verts, comme les prairies et d'autres, corrompus, riches et triomphants, ayant l'expansion des choses infinies, comme l'ambre, le musc, le benjoin et l'encens qui chantent les transports de l'esprit et des sens.